Welcome back to She Got Game, a celebration of women in gaming. I'm Chelsea Casarubias. I'm a sophomore, and I'm a multimedia studio major in our fine arts department, and also the inaugural president of Morgan State University's esports program.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashlyn Wilson, a junior multimedia journalism major. And if you haven't seen our last episode of She Got Game, a celebration of women in gaming conversation with The Game Hers co-founder Miss Verda Monley, then make sure you watch the replay via the Morgan State University Esports YouTube channel. If you haven't watched one of our conversations before then, you will notice that we have a new theme song. The new song was produced by senior business major Jaden Pearson, also known as JP.
For those who are watching for the first time, the She Got Game, a celebration of women in gaming conversation series, was created and highlight for the phenomenal women who are doing amazing jobs and doing things in our gaming community, and also provide information on many ways so that people can enter in the gaming industry.
Today, we will be talking to Miss Charity Phillips. Charity is the account manager for the MEAC Conference Esports program. For those not familiar with the MEAC Conference, the MEAC Conference stands for Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference and is one of the 350 Division I NCAA athletic conferences that exists.
The schools who are currently a part of the MEAC esports program is Morgan State, Delaware State University, Howard University, Coppin State University, South Carolina State University, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, North Carolina Central University, Norfolk State University, and Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. And now that we have a little more information about the MEAC conference, let's get into our conversation with Miss Charity Phillips. Welcome. We're so glad to have you here.
Yes.
Hi.
So, so we would like to start off to tell us more about yourself and what you do and everything that has led you up for here.
All right. Well, my name is Charity Phillips. I'm the account manager for MEAC Esports. I am a alumni of North Carolina Central University with a bachelor's in social work. A little bit of how I got with MEAC. So I was a transfer student to NCCU, and we were trying to start a esports club. So we got it started, and I was helping with the Discord. And John reached out to me and said, hey, MEAC is looking for an intern that could help with Discord. And I was like, okay, well, get me a meeting and let's go with it. So I met Sonia Stills. So after having a conversation with her, I was an intern with MEAC Esports. That was in February of last year. Fast forward to about May of last year, Harina Data decided to hire me on as an account manager for MEAC Esports. So now it's a full-time job for me, and I love every bit of it.
Right now, was there any pushback from family or friends due to them thinking that, games were just a waste of time?
No pushback. My family is full of gamers, all the way up to my grandmother, who's 63 years old and plays Super Mario Odyssey. So we're a family full of gamers, and they were extremely happy that it was something that I have a passion for.
Really funny because like you said with your grandma playing Mario Odyssey, that must be a trip, especially if she would have rage or something else. That would be funny.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, it definitely is.
So our next question would be, like you said, you were interested in doing esports, and your family has a background in video games. How did you get into streaming? Because I know you do the streams for our MEAC competition. So how did you originally get into streaming and esports in general, like playing video games at a competitive level?
So my streaming started in about June 2020 due to the pandemic, of course. I was on YouTube and just looking at videos, and I saw what got recommended to me was GDQ, which is a speed running event. And one of the episodes that I watched was that they were speed running Sonic the Hedgehog, and that was my very first video game when I was 3 years old. They beat it in 16 minutes, and I was like, what is this? I'm interested. So I started doing some more research, was Googling speedrunning. That's where I found out about Discord, and met some people there. Joined the Super Mario 3D World Discord because that's one of the games I play on my Wii U. Fast forward to meeting some streamers that speedrun. thus, I started my streaming in about June of 2020, and have been streaming ever since. As far as esports is concerned, this is my first time playing competitively. I don't normally do that. It has been interesting though. I've learned quite a bit, especially with COD. But as far as my own personal gaming goes, I speedrun Mario games very fast. So that's kind of what I've been doing recently. Now that I've graduated, I've been doing what's called practicing for what's called a 602, which is the 100% of 4 games from Mario. And hopefully, if things go well, I'll be running that in June. So that'll be a fun little experience
Can you just tell us a little bit about your journey in creating a club at North Carolina Central University Esports Program?
Ah, man, that was actually fun. What we ended up doing was we made a Discord, and then we got reached out by Community X. There's an alumni, Chris. He graduated from NCCU. So he had hit me up and asked me to give him a list of stuff that we wanted in our esports lab as far as equipment. So I gave him some recommendations of some PCs and some streaming equipment, some gaming systems. And lo and behold, a couple weeks later, they were able to let us use the student union room. And we actually were there for like a day and, built the tables. I built the tables. I set up the PCs, set up the streaming equipment. And that was a really, really fun experience to really be hands-on and actually, be able to make that. I haven't quite been in their course since then because I graduated, but I do plan to go there again once I go back to graduate school this May actually. So I'll be returning back to NCCU. Yeah.
Sounds like you better have fun back on campus now that you've built this program that you built with your own hands and having that support from community. And you never know like what connections you may have just based on the school that you graduated from. Like you said, with community and having also a fellow alumni that's interested in supporting this dream. And the investment. So it's amazing that like literally something that you started up with your own hands, you get to be participated back into it. So I would want to ask more about like how involved and how much of your role, like how big is your role in the MEAC currently in our MEAC in the MEAC esports community?
I play a big role. My job is to make sure that the students are being heard when it comes to league play. I make the leagues, I make the tournaments that we do. I make sure that everyone has their schedules. And of course, stream all of our play for the weeks leading up to the tournament. So yeah, very big role, and I also take care of the Discord and social media. So busy days, but I enjoy doing this. This is like a dream job for me. I never in a million years thought I'd be doing something as far as gaming was involved. This is like a dream come true for me.
Awesome, that's great to hear. Next question. So this was the inaugural year for the MEAC Esports program. What have been some of the highlights?
Some of the highlights. We did the CCEL tournament with our All Stars team. We had the Corday event, which my business, Sabarashi Communications LLC, sponsored the MEAC bags for that. So I did get to go to a couple of the universities and see Corday debut his album and play some games. We've done a Madden tournament showcase with some of the football teams that's part of MEAC and basketball teams. We've done quite a bit. This year has been fantastic, and I hope that we keep going and keep growing as the years go by.
Sounds like what you're saying, describing like with all the schools that are becoming involved and you traveling, it seems like a lot of fun and it seems exciting for you, like major big steps for you, and even the students who might be soon be able to join in to do traveling across. So I would also want to ask like what is currently like the landscape looking like for our colleges or universities that are across the country for MEAC right now?
So right now we're trying to come up with other programs that we can do to get more of the colleges involved. We're working on doing a summer program this year where it will involve high schools. So that way, incoming freshmen for the fall can already be, aware that there's esports on campus. In the fall, we're going to do of course, our regular season play. Hopefully, trying to put some new games in the mix that a lot of our students have been asking for. That's pretty much it so far. We're still, again, in the planning periods of it, but just stay tuned. There'll be a lot of announcements definitely in the summer.
Awesome. Thank you, Charity, for sharing that. And I appreciate that you're creating spaces for students to start gaming. So do you have any advice for students who are currently or who currently don't have any esports programs at their schools but would like to create one?
The best thing to do is get a group of friends that want to help you with this, and just start a club. At NCCU, it's student ran. So you can go to the student services and just say, hey, we want to make this club. What do we need to do? And that'll get the ball rolling. Another thing is to make a Discord. Make a Discord, have one event link, go ahead and spread it out across campus, because the more people involved, the better chances of the school getting on board. And that's one of the biggest things is the school getting on board with, the whole esports thing, because a lot of these schools think, oh, it's gaming and kids are just playing video games. There's nothing into it, when there's absolutely so many opportunities in esports. So definitely start Discord. Definitely get your friends involved. That's a good start to get esports going on your campus.
That's some great advice. I'd also want to ask for a little bit more advice of like, would you try to get people who are kind of against going onto the Twitch platform, or even those who are like who believe that you can only be a part of the program because you play video games, or you're only strictly playing video games. Like, how would you approach other students or even other people who are interested but don't quite want to play video games in general?
That's a very good question, because I'm one of those people a little bit. I mean, my degree is in social work, which has nothing to do with gaming whatsoever. So the thing that I tell people is that, it's not just about the gaming. There's journalism, there's communication, there's business administration. There's so many other things that you can do with your degree for esports, and you don't have to pick up a controller at all. So what I normally tell those people is, if you've got a degree in journalism, maybe you could be a broadcaster and do panels or something, or write stories of the esport club and what they're doing. That's what I normally tell people. Again, a lot of people, games, don't think that you have to, gaming is a waste of time. And it's not. Again, so many opportunities, so many different things that you can do with your degree to be involved, just like the person that's playing on the controller.
Yes, so I'm kind of interested. I'm intrigued. So you graduated from NCCU, and you got your degree in social work. So do you have any plans on incorporating your degree with esports?
I actually do. That's kind of what I was doing today, believe it or not. I was looking up how to open my own private practice, just to see, what licenses I need, as far as a social worker. So my plan is to have some sort of esports tie-in with a little bit of therapy and substance abuse counseling somewhere in there. It's probably going to be a private practice sort of thing, but I want to make a space, especially where I live, for students, or even just kids in general, especially with all the violence that's been kind of going around. I recently, as of last week, lost a cousin. He was 17 years old. And one of the things that I thought about was, if maybe he had a space where he could, a safe space where he could play games and meet other people, he wouldn't be out in the streets doing what he was doing. So my goal is to try to make a space where, no matter what your age is, kids can come and play, or even if they don't play, they can learn how to, write the articles, or learn how to stream, or set up overlays, something that can help, produce streaming or any events towards esports to keep them, busy.
I really like that idea. It's very beautiful that you say that involving your degree into playing video games, because even with people who do art therapy or even just like other ways to do their therapy, that is very beautiful because there is a lot going around even in the DMV area with stuff like that, with the violence, and then people, unlike people who are teenagers who are in high school going through this kind of stuff, and it's like gives like a light of hope basically for you trying to create that space for somebody or even those who believe that they're not being seen or heard. So I would like ask another question is like, if for that future, that hope, like what hope, I'm so sorry. So like for the future that you see for these kids, what future do you see for MEAC and how they can help and support even the kids who are in high school who are looking up to the college students? What future do you see, or what gives you that hope of like they're gonna succeed?
So my hope is that, we can get more high schoolers involved. The college students could be sort of a mentor and a guide to get them to, find their home in esports. That's what I foresee in the future. I definitely want to not only tackle just high schoolers, I also want to get to the point of middle schoolers. So it's kind of like a chain effect, they're starting young and then they're working their way up to college, and have some sort of pathway, if you will, of what they want to do with their life. Hopefully, as I continue to work with MEAC, be able to grow the platform, be able to grow the league side of it, so that we can reach out to other schools that might want to be more involved, or want to join, esports, and that way again create more safe spaces for students around the world. That's my goal, because I want to help anybody and everybody that I can.
Oh, thank you so much, Charity. It sounds like you are doing great work, and want to just encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. And again, we just appreciate you for sharing your journey and all the important insight. And thank you all for watching this week's of She Got Game, a celebration of women in gaming conversation with MEAC Conference Account Manager, Miss Charity Phillips.
You can also stay up to date with the Morgan State University Esports program by following at MSU Bears Esports on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube page where you can watch the replay of this interview with Miss Charity Phillips and others that have happened in the past couple of weeks. You can connect with me through the MSU Bears Esports Instagram or through my personal Instagram at champagne.chels with 2 S's.
And you can find me on Instagram at AshlynJWilson_. Again, thank you all for watching, and remember to
Protect the cave.